Hi everyone, today I'll be taking you through how I create my graphic novel. To begin, I first create a thumbnail sketch of the page or panel. I also include the word balloons so that I make sure they don't cover important parts of the images. In order to create my graphic novel in a digital format, I use this Wacom Tablet. The tablet connects to the computer or laptop, and I use the tablet pen directly on the tablet to create the images on the screen. If you're just starting out, it's an inexpensive way to create your digital art. It can be a little difficult at first because you are not drawing directly on the surface where the lines are being created, but with some practice, it does get easier. I use a program called Clip Studio Paint. It's great for creating digital art and manga. When I begin, I start with creating my panels. Once that is done, I move on to creating the word balloons and dialogue. A different layer is used for each stage of this process. The reason for this is if you make a mistake on the inks layer, it will only affect that layer. It's easier to make corrections and changes this way. So the key is to use different layers for your pencils, inks, flats, and so on. Now this is a page from the second chapter of Terridonia. I've set up my word balloons and my dialogue the way I want them to be seen or displayed. Before I create my pencil layer, sometimes I use photographs as a reference. This picture of a person lunging towards the viewer will be transformed into the Terridonian known as Braca. Once I create my pencil layer, I can simply remove the layer below it, which is the photograph layer. Now we move on to the inks layer, selecting our inks tool to create our images. Once this is complete, we can hide the pencil layer and the dialogue to begin our flats layer. With the flats layer, we simply fill in the image with flat color. As you can see, we also fill in the background colors. After the flats layer, we create a shading layer. This is my favorite part, as the shading helps create form and dimension. It can also help establish a specific mood or effect. One of the final layers I use is the highlights layer. It helps provide the surfaces with light. Oftentimes, I like to use what I call an effects layer. In this picture, you can see that I use an effect in the background of the image. Finally, we add our text and word balloons again. Well, that's it for today. I hope you did find it helpful. Please join me again next week for more Terridonia.